Okay, so now we can start. I hope you can hear me well again. So today we are going to see Visualize Me and Blogger. So normally it's going to be shorter than yesterday because these are quite simpler tools. So we are going to start with Visualize Me. So okay. So this is Visualize Me and how it can look like. It will depend on, you have various themes, various categories you can fill, various styles. So you're going to see this. So first you have to create your account on Visualize Me, and then you will arrive on this beta version of the website. So basically you have 4 categories here, and nearly everything is on the left of the page. So first, the profile. So in your profile you will have these different categories: profile summary, work experience, education, my links, skills, interests, languages, awards and honors, my stats. When you fill a category, it will appear in the final result. If you don't fill a category, it won't appear as blank in the final result, so you don't have to be worried about this. First of all, you cannot fill anything else. When you have first to fill your profile summary. If you do not, you cannot fill any other categories. So you just click on edit each time on the right, and then you will have various questions, various text box you can fill. So here it will be the URL, your first name, last name, title, so if you are working, location, and profile summary. So as for LinkedIn, you can write a short profile about summary about you, so people can have a general idea of your personality, of the things you want to achieve. Then you have the work experience, and you can add, as far as I know, how many categories you want to, like yesterday, like for LinkedIn. There is no limit, at least they don't say so. So each time you just have to add a new one: title, company, start, month and year, if it's still current, and if it's not, end, month and year, location, summary again. Then you just add, and it will appear in the list of your work experience, and then it will appear in employment. Then education. So basically it's the same. You have no limits: school, degree, program of study, start and end, month and year, location, activities. So it's really easy. For my links, basically you can just choose in the category, like if you want to add, for example, a personal website, the website of your company or organization, a blog, RSS feed, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or other, and then you just have to copy paste the link in this box. And then you can add, again, no limits in the number. Skills. Here you have a limit. You can create 5 skills, which will be displayed on the final result of your Visualize Me account. You can choose a proficiency: beginner, intermediate, advanced, or expert. The years, so since, like, for how many years have you developed and improved this skill, and so the name of the skill. And then you have the interests, so it's the same. You have a limit, 6 interests, and you can just add new. And here you just have to, you can put your, here you name your interest, and then you choose a level of interest. And it's not so important, but still it is. Depending, like, you have, as I said, various themes available. But according to the number on the scale you give to your interest, it will, for example, appear bigger or taller, so people can see what are your main interests, just like they can visualize the information directly. The the concept of the website, basically. So there is an interest. There is a reason why they ask you to choose a number and the scale for the interests. Languages, here just have to name the language and then to choose your proficiency. And you will have a map with the result. So in which country you can live or work if you speak this language. It's more or less true because, for example, if I put French, I have the whole Canada, which basically is not the case. If you speak French, you cannot work in the whole Canada, just in one of the regions. So it's more or less exact, but still it's a nice way to present it. And then awards and honors, like in LinkedIn, so the title, the year you have received it, and the rank of importance on a scale as for the interests. Last one, my stats. So you can highlight some information about you. For example, years of work experience, or you can choose LinkedIn connections, or you can custom. Yeah, because when you create your profile, you can choose or to add all the information one after the other, or to import the information from your LinkedIn account if you have one. So, and then these statistics will appear here at the end. So, okay, so this is for my profile. So really easy. Then you have the themes. So the themes is about how the information will be presented. It's not about the colors, only the way it is presented. So the one you have when you create your account, the basic one, is this one. So you have first experience, then education, interest, languages. So it's really similar, but still you have some differences. You can have one like this. You have six choices, I think. So choose the one which is a more nicer for you, but also which match the most with your experience. Then in styles, you can choose either a color scheme. So you will have a set of colors, or you can choose one after the other, the color of the name, title, background, and the various layout. And you can also choose the fonts, so you don't have a lot of choice, still it's alright. So the fonts for the various box text, like name font, title font, label font. Then you can either put a color on your font, on your background, or upload an image. But here, as you can see, I don't have a color, I have a tile background. So something special. So if you want a color, you choose there, and if you want an image, you upload it from here. So it will be from your computer only. And then the last one, the topics. It's because you can actually create some kinds of articles you can post, have posts on LinkedIn, and then you can have followers. So it's the idea of the topics. So if you click there, when you have nothing, you will arrive on this page, and you can add new topic. Here you will see your summary and your actual title. Here's the number of topics, the number of articles, and the number of followers you have. And last thing about Vizualize Me. So here you have a menu to share your profile. So you have to know that until you have published it, it won't. When you are creating your LinkedIn account, people can directly see it on LinkedIn. But when you are created your Vizualize Me account, nobody will see it until you have published it. So it can be really interesting. So share it. when you click there, you can publish your Visualize Me with your friends, and you can unlock some new features. You can put an icon on your website for your Visualize Me account, and you can see your profile, so have a preview, and directly share it on social networks, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, Google+, you can print it, Tumblr, a lot of things. You can also print it, so you can download your Visualize Me as an image. But to do so, you will have to use another website, and actually you will have to pay to get the result, so it's not free. And the dashboard, it's some statistics about your Visualize Me. So you will have the total profile views, average daily views, popularity rank this week, and you will have a statistics also, and referrals. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, for Visualize Me, it's, as you can see, it's really easy. Then Blogger. So first things to know about Blogger is that you have to have a Google account. If you do not, you cannot use, because it's one of the tools. Actually, it's one of the Google tools. What is really interesting with Blogger is that when you have different blogs, you can see all your blogs and access to all your blogs from the main page of Blogger. So it's really interesting if, for example, you have a blog, like in your organizations, young people are doing blogs about their travels, for example, and you can put all the blogs in the same account, and so you can access to all the blogs from the same account, and you don't have to disconnect and log in and log out each time. So it's really interesting for this. So basically, when you have created a blog, you will arrive on this page. This is the overview. So the overview, you will have statistics and some tips, some articles, like it's not so interesting. But then you have the post. So if you click there, you will see all the posts you have created. You can see your draft post and your published post as well. From there, you can choose to put a post, like to convert a post as a draft. So you just have to tick it and then click on revert to draft, and it will appear as a draft. So you won't have it anymore in the published subcategory. And if you want to publish it again, you just have to tick again and click on publish, and that's it. Here, basically, the other possibilities you have, that you can create labels. It's kind of folders you have on, same for the Gmail service provider, if you have already tried to use it. So instead of just creating folders, you are creating labels to sort out your posts / pages / emails. And you can, of course, remove one or several posts from here. Then you have the pages. So basically, the pages is a little bit like a post. The only difference is it won't appear directly on your blog on the menus. I will show you, it will be easier. So, for example, view blog. So this is a blog I have created for this tutorial. I have two posts, so the two posts appear there, but the page doesn't appear in the menu. It means that I can publish a post on my blog, but only the people who have the direct link to the page will see it. The other cannot just find it in the menu. So it can be interesting. So I will show you this later. Just finish with the menu first, and then I will explain you more in detail about the posts and the pages and about the template. First, I just explain the menu, so it's easier. Oh yes, of course, yeah. Here you have the button to create a new post directly. So here's the pages. And again, you can publish it or convert it to draft and remove it. And of course, I didn't tell you, for the post and for the pages, you have also the number of comments, the number of views, the date of publishing. But here you can choose how many pages or posts you want to appear in one page. So for example, in this page, you want to see 100 posts, or it's like for the emails in your box, basically. And yes, that's it. For the comments, you can have an overview of all the comments here. You can remove some content, delete, or put some comments as spam. So it will be considered as a spam. And you can see all the spam you have received. And say again that's not spam, or delete it. You have also the possibility to connect your Blogger account with your Google Plus account if you have one, and so to expand your audience, to manage your comments, to see what posts really pop. So what are the posts which are the most read, so maybe the most interesting, and you can directly start conversation with Google Plus from Blogger. Then here you have statistics, so it's like on the overview page, but you will have more detailed information. So for example, the number of page views for each post, the traffic sources, from, like, you have a map. I don't know if you can see it well, but you will see in which country are living the people who have seen your blog. And here you have the number of page views today, yesterday, last month, and all-time history. And if you don't want to see your own page views on your blog taking into account in the statistic, you can choose to don't track your own page views. So here, on the first page, you have only for example, the most seen post, or so if you want to see more, you have to click on more each time, and you will have more detailed information, like this. For example, for the post and pages, here it's for the traffic sources, so number of page views for the URL, so the link of a specific pages or a specific post. And the audience, more detail. For example, the 40 page views have been done on Google Chrome, with Google Chrome as a internet provider, not internet provider, but a browser. And so 38 are using Windows, 2 Macintosh. So you have quite really detailed, actually, information. Then earnings, yeah. So I don't know if you have already heard about AdSense, but basically you can choose to add advertisements on your blog, and so you will earn money because the people who want to publish his advertisements will pay you. So basically you still have some power on these advertisements. You can choose where they will appear, how they will look like, and who can advertise on your blog. And also you will earn money only so when you have advertisement on your page and when people are actually coming into your blog and clicking on the advertisements. You can see the video if you want to have more information about this. Then you have the campaigns. So again, you use another tool of Google whose name is AdWords. So this time it's not that you host other people advertisements, but you put advertisement about your blog in Google directly. So when, for example, you are doing a search on Google, you always see pages not in yellow, but where it's written that it is an advertisement. And sometimes it's the same website, but it appears an advertisement. And so this is and AdWords. This is an advertisement created with the Google tool AdWords. It's not free, so you will have to pay, and you will have to pay according to the number of clicks you received, something like this. If you want more information in the tutorial of Google Tools I've sent to you yesterday, if I remember well, you have some information about AdWords, even though I didn't introduce this tool to you yesterday. But because last time I did this tutorial about Google Tools, people asked me about 2 other tools which were not planned. So AdWords and another one I don't remember. So both are also in the tutorial, in the written tutorial, that's why. Okay, then you have the layout. Basically, this is the layout of your blog. You don't have so much possibility. So here you just see how it looks like, but when you are in the templates menu, you can have more options to see how you can organize the various categories, but you don't have so many choice. And you can edit them, like if you click on edit, you can choose the color. Basically, that's it. So for the navbar, for the header, cross-column, sidebar, you can add gadget as well. And the two you can drag and move are the about me. So this is this one. And the blog archive. So this one. This one you can just move it in the template, in the layout you have of your blog. That's it. Okay. So here you have the page about the templates for your blog, but I will explain this to you just after. First, just quickly the settings. So some of the settings are more complicated, so it's more about HTML, so if you don't know how to use this, you won't need it. But first you have the settings. The basic one are the title of your blog, description, privacy, the URL, because you choose the URL of your blog. If you have HTTPS settings, so if your website is secure. And also permissions about the blog authors, blog readers. Then post and comments. So you can choose what is the maximum of posts people can see on the main page. You can also do a post template. So each time you can use the template. So you can reuse the template instead of doing each time like having to do the same things to get the same result. And showcase image with lightbox. Basically. Yeah, so it allows you to create an overlay on the top of your blog with the images you have posted. Then you have the comment location. So is it a pop-up window? Is it a full page? So is it hidden? So it's the way people will see the comments which have been posted on your posts. You can choose who can connect. So registered user, user with Google accounts. Member of this blog, because you can have members for your blog as well. And you have also comment moderation. It means that if you want to choose to moderate the comments, so to choose which comments can appear and which cannot on your blog. Then you have a show word verification, so word verification, backlinks, comment for message. Then it's getting even more like advanced settings. You have like things about your emails. Do you receive a notification email for the comment? Posting using email. So yeah, you have like quite a lot of things about the settings, but things you don't necessarily need on Blogger. Again, like you have the language. So this is the basic one. The time zone, date header format. So it's kind of, You have a list of possibilities of options, timestamp format, common timestamp format. So this is a good thing because actually you can have you have really the possibility to customize your settings. But if you are a basic user, most of the things you won't need them. So I won't go into details to explain them, because if you really need to know something or you really want to change something, you can either ask me by email, or you can just check forum when you need it. I think it's easier. It's a better thing than just to be overwhelmed with information you won't need in this tutorial. So here you have search preferences. The only thing I will explain is the meta tags. So basically, when you publish a post, you have tags linked. With your blog. And meta tags are tags linked with your post for each post. Means when people will do research on Google, these tags are the keywords they will have to write to find your blog, or on the other sense, like with which kind of keywords research people will find your blog, and so you will have views on your blog. Basically, that's it. And you have you can customize the message people will see if they have internet problems, they cannot find your blog, etc., etc. And other is about OpenID, adult content, Google Analytics, blog tools, site feed. So again, I don't think you will need it, or at least you won't need it right now. And what is sure that I won't explain it right now, because it will be too much, like too complex for something you may not need. Okay, so let's go back to the post. So when you publish when you are on your blog list, and it's the same for the page list, when you hover on the name of the post or the page, you can view it, share it, delete it, or edit it. So when you click on edition, it's the same thing when you are on the creation page. So you can choose to write a text or to do it in HTML. You have cancel, uncancel. You can choose a font, you can choose its size, you can choose a style to put it in bold, italic, underline, or strike through. You can also choose the color of your text, the color of the background. You can create a link or delete a link, add image, video, add a page break, choose the alignment to do a numbered list, a bullet list, create a citation, so just some kind of style as well. When you you say that the text is a citation, it will appear like this. And if you want to change it, you just do this, or you cancel. Here it's the option that allows you to remove all formatting. So, for example, quotation, bold, alignment, etc. And you have a check spelling as well. And then you have finished. You can update your article or publish it when you are in the creation page. You can choose it, like if you just save it, it will be a draft, but you can also choose if you don't want to update, but to put it in draft again. So basically you still have everything, it's just that it's not published on the internet, and you have like the possibility to rework on it if you want to. You can have a preview, or you can close this page. Here you can choose, so yes, for the posts you have all these options. When you are in the page creation or edition, you just have the last menu about options. But for your posts, you can choose labels, so basically categories, or tags. You can see the date on which it was published and the time. You can have a permalink, so just the link on this post, You can choose your location, and also you have 3 options about the reader comments. the compose mode or line break. So this is like about if you use HTML, so you won't need it if you do not. This is the same thing about comments, such as if you allow comments or not of the readers. And the line breaks, basically it's the same thing with this option. But you can like choose either you have to use a BR tag to put a line break, or it will be insert each time you click on enter. So a time break is basically a space between two paragraphs. Okay, then so here, yeah, on each page or nearly you have these buttons which appears, or one of them, two of them, view blog. This is to view your posts, this is to create a post, and this is to go to your blog lists. And your blog list is a page I've talked about in the beginning, where you will see the list of all the blogs you have, which have been created and which are linked with your Google account. Then you just have to choose. So let's go back to our blog. So post and page is nearly the same for the creation, except the menu on the right, as I said. For the template, you click on customize. So here you have an overview, but I think it's quite easier to work here because you will have a preview on the results on the bottom of the page. So it's easier to get an idea. So you have different, like seven different categories, and for each categories you have various choices. So you have the simple one with this different choices, dynamic views with this kind of things. It's more like you won't really see it well, it's more when you have images. You have the picture window with a big picture done on the background, awesome ink, this kind of thing, and watermark, ethereal, and travel. So it's just like some kind of templates. When you have choose your template, so the general ID, you can choose your background. So either an image or a color. I'm not sure you have color for everything. Yeah, I think that for some of them you can choose to put a color background, but for other you have to choose an image. You have a list of images suggested by the, offered by the website, and of course you can upload an image from your computer. It's done. You click on done. You can choose the alignment of your image. You can choose to tile it or not, and scroll with pages. So will you see the whole image? Like, will it scroll with page? I don't know how to explain it differently, but I guess if you don't understand, just try and you will directly understand what it means. Here you can adjust the width. So on the entire blog, for example, like this, or just for the sidebar. So here it's right, sometimes it's on the left. It depends on the template. The layout. So we talked about layout before. Here you have different choices of layout for the footer and for the body. And as I said, as far as I know, you cannot move a lot of things. You can only move the box with a gray line on the left. For the other thing, you have to choose here. And then advanced. So here you can choose the font and the color of the font and this kind of things for for nearly everything. So for the body text, for example, and if you have a doubt what does it mean, for example, let's say link. For links, it will be the links which appears in this part. For example, blog description, it will be which appears normally there. Tabs background. So if you just have to see what is with a red score, and so you will understand what categories are actually talking about if you have a doubt. And so each time you can choose so font or text color. So here it will be for the background. So yeah, it is there for the background if you don't have an image. Here you have a choose of color, so suggested colors for this template generally, or you can choose here whatever you want to. So for the links as well, blog title, blog description, tabs text, etc., etc. The last thing are add CSS, but again, like if you are a basic user on internet, you won't need this part. Okay, so I think that's pretty it. But I've finished. You can just apply to blog if you want. You have most of the time clear advanced changes to links, and you will just go back, like cancel what you have done and go back to the settings for the template you have chosen. You have, of course, a help. You can like have a preview of your blog, or you can just go back to Blogger and nothing will be saved. Nothing of your change. So this is the same thing, but with more settings, more possibility to customize. And that's it. So Blogger is, again, quite a simple tool if you want to just do simple things. But you have the possibility to customize quite a lot, especially the settings, but not only. Like if you know how to use HTML, etc., you can do quite a lot of things actually on Blogger. But if you're a basic user, you can still do quite a lot of things because it's quite user-friendly. So I hope it will be useful, sorry. And yeah, thank you for attending this webinar. Bye.